Welcome to Zen in a Moment, episode 51 with Zen Cryer DeBrook. Today I want to talk to you about your stories. Our mind can't help making up a story. And I just had this kind of new revelation. I got it from somewhere. It's not mine. I heard it. I don't remember where I heard it, but it got me thinking. And so our mind can't help making up stories. Even if you see an image, a photo, you make up a story. So, if you saw a guy old man leaning up against a Corvette with big old gold chains and his shirt unbuttoned, there's a story. See a yoga mom, right? And you're looking at what she does. There's a story. There's all these stories. It's instantly our mind, and it's a protection mechanism. It really is. It's to help make sense of the world around us. But also the thing is that these stories we make up, we have a tendency to go and try to find evidence to back up the story. So I'm not talking about these little passing moments like I was just describing, but we make up stories about our spouses, our kids, our coworkers, ourselves that are not true. The best way to get rid of your stories is to use your internal guidance system to check and see which parts of them are true and which parts aren't. You go for and look at your openings and stuff. But today I want to talk about something else. The brain has a tendency, at least my mind does, and many of the minds that I've worked with over the years in coaching, and through the Smart Soul Academy work that I do in trainings, that the mind has a tendency to create negative evidence. It'll create a story and then it'll go and look for negative evidence. Now, it may not feel like you're looking for negative evidence, but if you're coming from a story that's closing you about something that's going on or how you're being treated, that comes from our programming. And that programming is between the ages of 0 and 7. And in that programming, a lot of the basis of how we create our stories is formed. So the big thing that I want to share is that we can create positive stories, especially if they open you. I don't want you to create positive stories that don't open you, and collect positive evidence. Collect positive evidence. And so I've noticed that about a few months ago, I started becoming really hard on my son. For about a week, I really started noticing everything that he wasn't doing right. I don't know why this happened. I don't know what was going on. He was also going through a particularly rough time where he's pushing boundaries and looking to see how far he could go with me and different things. And I suddenly started seeing in a very short period of time that this was going nowhere, that this was not a good thing, and that it was affecting him. My being hard on him was affecting him. And so I shifted it around and I began looking at the positive evidence that he was doing great in his life. And I started focusing on the positive evidence of all the things he was doing well. And it worked. We both got back on track. It was to the point where he was frustrated with me and it was hurting our relationship. Then I started noticing that I could do that with my husband, where I'm looking at things that he's not doing as a way of seeing that I'm not being appreciated or he's not paying attention to all I do and all that. And I shifted that too. And I started noticing he's actually notices a lot, and I hear him a lot of what he's saying that's positive about the things I'm doing and who I'm being. And it really completely transformed the way that I started playing with the world. There's all kinds of ways in which we can make up stories that are detrimental to our relationships with the people around us and ourselves. And when you stop doing that and you start looking at all the ways that these people are working. Now, I know that sometimes there are people out there that are really tough and you're not able to create positive evidence sometimes because they're not good people. They're really struggling and in a challenging place in their own lives, and they don't have the tools or the desire or any of that. They're too wrapped up in what's not working in their own lives, and they're lashing out at people. I get that. But you can use your IGS to find out when it'll open you that that's not a thing you can do with this particular person. It'll open you. The other thing that I've noticed is that I can collect positive evidence about me, positive evidence of what I've created, what I've done. We have a tendency to look at what we've not done, what we didn't jump at, failures that we have. But if you start going through and you really look at what you've done that's positive and successful, you can begin to create positive evidence collecting for who you are. You can see it in the faces of the beautiful people around you who love you. You can see it in how you raised your children, how hard you tried to be a good person, what you've accomplished at work, challenges that you've overcome, whether it be financially or health related or family connection. There's all kinds of things that we have done that are amazing, that you have done that is amazing. So I want to encourage you for the next few days, collect some positive evidence. Look for what's working. Look for what's good. Start going back through your history and look at how amazing you are and all the ways that you've grown and changed. Personally, I'm very proud of who I've become. When I look back at who I was in my early 20s, even my late 20s, before I really mastered the IGS, I have some things I really could collect negative evidence about. But during that time period, I also was growing and reading and learning and developing the internal guidance system. And there's all these other things that happened that is very positive, and they lead up to a different conclusion, a different story about myself. I'd like you to do that. All right, I am sending you love and blessings. I hope you have an amazing day today. Mwah! Go forth and have a great day. Are you feeling stuck? Are you in your own personal Groundhog Day? I know what that feels like. And I want to let you know, if you're enjoying the Zen in a Moment mini pods, I have something even more profound and powerful for you. I have a community that I've started, Fear Free Human Collective, and there is a free level. It costs nothing to join. In that free level, you'll get a free trial of our 14-day quick start program called the Fear Free Mind Experience. You get the first 4 days of that. And you also get access to our membership area where we have a general discussion where you can meet other people who are using their internal guidance system. And I have a monthly masterclass that I do where we take on a topic every single month where you examine your closings, and I share with you how to get rid of closing thinking. For instance, I know one month that we did is the self-sabotage, all the thinking we have that's negative about ourselves and who we are and what we do and what we're accomplishing and how far along we are in life. And we get together and we will explore that and release all those closings and find openings. I want to have you come and join this program. It's free for you to join. If you want to do more, you can. It's super affordable. But at least come join the free and be around people who are like-minded like you and who are learning to use their internal guidance system. I want to enjoy this with you and have you be a part of this, because if you're listening to this mini pod, you're special and you have something to contribute to the world. And I want to know more about you and what you're here to do. So go to BeFearFreeNow.com and check out what we have to offer. Check out the people in the community. You'll get to see our members in our membership directory, and you're going to you'll find that the people who are attracted to the internal guidance system work are pretty awesome. They're very special. I hope to see you there. I'm sending you love and blessings. Go forth and have an amazing day.